Welcome to the world of maths. Today we will be discussing about addition of vectors. First, let us see what is triangle law of vector addition. If we are provided with vectors A and vectors B, can we add both these vectors? How do we add them? For answering this question, let us first discuss about addition of scalar quantities. And the vector addition, first let us discuss about scalar addition. Consider two sticks such that the first stick is having a height of 2 cm and a mass of 1 kg. And consider second stick such that the height is 1 cm and the mass is 0.5 kg. Now we know that the height of the first stick can be added with the height of the second stick. That is, let us take the height of the first stick as h1, adding h2 will be 2 centimeters plus 1 centimeter, which will give us the resultant 3 centimeters. Now the mass of 1 kg of the first stick, that is m1, can be added with the mass of the second stick, that is m2, which will be 1 kg plus 0.5 kg, which will give us the resultant 1.5 kg. Suppose I ask you a question. Can we add the height of the first stick, that is h1, with the mass of the second stick, that is m2? This is not possible because we know in that scalar addition the units of both the scalars should be the same. Units of both the scalars should be the same. Similarly, what is the condition of adding two vectors? Let us see. Saw that for adding two scalars, the units or the physical quantities of two scalars should be same. For adding two vectors, the vector quantities, we should know about the vector quantities. Their vector quantities should be the same. What does that mean? We know displacement, acceleration, velocity, etc. are vector quantities. We can add a displacement vector only with another displacement vector. Only with another displacement vector. Similarly, we can add a velocity vector with another velocity vector only. We cannot add a displacement vector with a velocity vector. This is not possible in vector addition. So we need to note about this, that is, a displacement vector can be added only with a displacement vector, and a velocity vector can be added only with a velocity vector. Now let us see what is triangle law of vector addition. We will go into detail. Now let us see triangle law of vector addition. Consider that a girl displaces from point A, that is, she moves from point A to point B, and again she displaces from point B to point C. What is the net displacement made by the girl? From the figure, it is clear that vector AC is the net displacement made by the girl. That is, vector AC is equal to vector AB plus vector BC. This is known as triangle law of vector addition, where points A, B and C form a triangle. There are some things to be taken care of in triangle law of vector addition. Let us see those things. Now if this is vector A and let this be vector B. If we are asked to add vector A and vector B, then how do we do it? In the previous class, we have learned that we are dealing with free vectors. Hence, we can move vector B parallel to its position such that its magnitude and direction does not change, and such that the terminal point of vector A coincides with the initial point of vector B. Look, this is the terminal point of vector A and this same point is the initial point of vector B. Now it is easy to add both these vectors, right? Because we know triangle law of vector addition, the resultant vector, that is if we take this as point A, point B and point C, the resultant vector is vector AC. Vector AC is equal to vector AB plus vector BC. Look, the direction of the vector is very important. That is this vector AC. We have to write this as vector AC and not vector as vector CA and not as vector CA. That means the whole thing will change. We have to see always that in which point the displacement starts and in which point the displacement ends. See, here the displacement is starting at point A and it is ending at point C. Hence we are writing it as vector AC. We have already seen this, that is when vector A and vector B is added, it will give us vector AC, that is vector A plus vector B. Now consider minus vector B, that is negative vector B, which will be in the direction opposite to vector B. And let us take this point as C dash. Let us join AC dash. Now if we want to find the sum of vector A and negative vector B, it will lead us to AC dash. Vector AB plus vector BC dash, it will provide us the resultant vector AC dash, that is vector AC dash is equal to vector AB plus vector BC dash, which will be equal to vector A plus negative vector B, which will be equal to vector A negative vector B. So this vector AC dash represents the difference of vector A and vector B. This is also by triangle law of vector addition. This is also a point to be taken care of. We know by triangle law of vector addition that vector AB plus vector BC is equal to vector AC. Now if we take vector AC to LHS, we get vector AB plus vector BC minus vector AC is equal to a 0 vector. We know vector AC minus vector AC is same as vector CA. So writing in place of minus vector AC as CA, we get vector AB plus vector BC plus vector CA is equal to 0. That is, if we displace from point A to point B and from point B to point C and from point C to point A, that is in this direction, we are reaching the same initial point, that is we get vector AA as the resultant. which is equal to 0 vector. Hence, this means that when the sides of a triangle are taken in order, it leads to 0 resultant as the initial point and the terminal point gets coincided. This is an important thing to be noted in triangle law of vector addition. If you like our channel, please do subscribe and hit the bell button. Thank you.